Cheers and welcome. This is Sugi Strategy, and this is my first impressions out of Atlas Reactor, which is a new game by Tryon, and it's currently on open alpha, and it will be transitioning to closed beta really soon. But you can buy a founders package to the game. I think there's 4 different tiers. First one started with $10, and you get in-game content and beta access among in-game items to other Tryon games such as Rift and Defiance and etc. And let's talk about Atlas Reactor and what is it about. Essentially, it is, I would say, turn-based strategy multiplayer game. So it's kind of similar to XCOM and games like that, but I would say it's more fast-paced. You have kind of like 20 seconds to decide on this decision mode, what you're gonna do. You have 4 different phases on the actions that happen on the game. You have the prep, you have the dash, you have the blast, and you have the move. In that particular order, preps are something like throwing a mine at a spot or sending a rocket that will be, falling down later on. Dash is a movement ability that will, move you from point A to point B. And then you have blast, which is the attacks and gunning and everything like that. And then you have the move where you move in the turn. But as far as for example, if you're like dashing, you can prevent that by having a prepping a trip mine or a mine to that location where they're probably gonna dash, and then they will get caught by that trap. And it's probably kind of hard to explain. You can see a lot of the action on the screen more, but you have essentially this 5-player team on both sides, and each of them will be going these different solutions, and matches can last anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes depending on settings you have and map size and everything. And the graphical aspect of the game is really nice. I also like the futuristic sounds and music on the game. It seems very appealing. There's currently 15 characters. They vary from melee characters to ranged characters, and each of them have their own abilities. Some are more support oriented, some are more offense oriented, and some are more defensive, as you know, like in every game. And it's a very, sometimes when I come to these games, in the strategy games, and for example, the biggest problem you have is the learning curve. And how much time do you have to learn the game in order to be good at it? And sometimes I'm very bored to learn a card game because I just don't want to put the hours to learn the game. I want a very simple basics where so easy to learn, hard to master is my tagline when it comes to strategy games, and I like that. And this game does that really well. You first go to this tutorial, which lasts probably 5 minutes, which will tell you every game mechanic there is, and it's really good at teaching you how the game works. And once you've completed the tutorial, you will be knowing almost everything about the game except how the characters work and what are their abilities. But if you get the main basic idea from the tutorials, I have to really praise the developers for doing a good job explaining what the game is about. And it is a really interesting world. I really like the character designs. They seem really unique. They don't seem rip-off. And it seems the landscapes also are very beautiful. I kind of get the Mirror's Edge type of a feel from the city. You seem to use a lot of orange on it, and that's something you see a bit of a recurring theme in Mirror's Edge. But I think that's a great thing, and it's a very interesting game. And I think it's going to be free to play, as I've understood it. I think the game can be really successful, even an esports title, depending on how much players it's going to have. And I thought at first it might have a steep learning curve, but it didn't. And I will be definitely playing this game on the future and making at least a full review out of it when I get to try it out more. But I'm interested to see how the game will progress forward. But by the looks of my first impressions, I'm just gonna say the game looks good, it runs well, it has great music, and I like the gameplay. It's not too long, and it has its strategy elements to it, so it's not very toned down or watered down. It's not really super easy. You have to sometimes think a bit, but it's not very super depth. So you don't need to be a mastermind. You don't need to be a chess master. But thanks for watching this video. Share, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on next RTS video, whether it be Atlas Reactor or something else. Cheers.